So a very popular upgrade on the Z125 is swapping out the big old honkin' stock turn signals for nice small mount, flush mount LED signals. And in the rear, upgrading to a integrated LED taillight where the signals are built into the taillight, so you lose those big old honking signals in the rear. You really can clean up the rear end nicely with a fender eliminator kit with no signals and have the turn signals going through your taillight. Looks amazing, and it definitely cleans up the rear end of the bike. Problem, unlike most bikes where you just slap in a HD relay, swap out with your stock one, 10-second swap out, this one doesn't have a relay. It's bizarre, but it doesn't. It somehow must be done internally through the ECU. So here's what happens when you swap the one set of signals to LEDs. It's gonna flash fast, which for some guys they don't care. Well, if you switch them both to LEDs, your front signals and then like an LED taillight integrated or LED signals all the way around, it just stays on. Doesn't even flash. So we have a fix for that basically will make it to where you can have 2 LEDs or all 4 LEDs and it'll flash the normal rate. So we'll show you real quickly how you can do that. And you start by removing your headlight, which is basically 2 bolts on each side. Tilt it forward, pop it loose. Then you need to access this wire harness here, and you have electric tape here, so you can either fold this boot up or you just cut the electric tape lightly. You don't want to cut in your harness, and then slide the whole boot up so you have access to this plug. And when you're done, you would obviously just re-electric tape that. No big deal. The biggest thing is just lightly cut through that electric tape so that you can unwind it and get rid of it and put a new one on when you're done. So you just need to get this up so that you can access that plug. And you have 2 plugs here, a small one and a big one. You want to go for the big one. And you pop it loose. And then you'll see on the one side of it, there's an orange wire in the middle. In between a gray and a green is the orange wire. Now on the other side, there's 3 reddish wires. That is not the right ones. You want the one that's between the gray and the green orange wire. Very simple. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to take a little paper clip and push right above where my fingernail is. So you push the paper clip in there on that top side, and then that lets you pull it out the back. And you'll see there's a little hook right there, and that's basically what you were releasing. So now you haven't damaged anything, no big deal. And you do the same thing on this one, except this time you come in through the front. Same thing, paper clip, push right above the plug, and if you have to, if you can't get a good grip on it, grab a pair of needle nose pliers so you can push on it enough, and then pulling on the back, same thing. So now you've gotten your orange wires out. You can put this thing back together, and that's done. So now what it is you're going to basically add a relay into your system. I'm just trying to get this thing pushed up out of the way here. There you go. And that's all you're doing. Right now, if you connect that, your signals work. You disconnect it, they don't work. It's that simple. No relay though. It's just bizarre. So we have a relay that you plug into this, and now your turn signals will blink the correct rate with 1 set of LEDs, 2 sets of LEDs, a set of LEDs and an integrated turn signal taillight. Either way, it'll blink the right rate. So you can And it comes like this. It comes with this little pigtail here. One of these obviously is a perfect match to go right in there and connect up. The other one, unfortunately, is not. So you would either have to stick it in the backside. Yeah, that sounded bad. And then you tape it. Or, which most people aren't going to want to do this, you would cut that or quick splice them together. Either way. And basically when you're done, this is going to be hanging here and you just tape it up so it's tucked up out of the way. It's no big deal, but you basically in essence are adding a relay into your system. So the other way you could do it, if you wanted it totally, you know, get the fittings that go on the end of these, run a wire, pigtail it in there. I mean, you can get creative, but this is the way it comes. It's a relay and a pigtail. And all you have to do is run these wires, one to each one. And then there's one little important note. The wire from the wire harness has to go to this wire, the middle one, not the side one. It's important. If you reverse them, then it won't work, because the relay only works in one direction, not both ways. So again, the wire harness wire, the one that goes into your wire harness, the big huge loom here in the middle, not the one that goes up to the switch, the one that basically has that square on it, has to go to this center one right here. If you put on this pigtail that comes with it, it's going to be the center one this way, not the one on the side. So that's very important. This basically has to connect here, and that has to connect there. You could actually just solder that on there if you wanted to, if you want to be creative. Or you just get these little fittings, put them on the ends there, shove it on there, whatever you want to do. You don't have to permanently damage anything. You can plug that one into it. You can stick this one in the backside, tape it up, and be done with it. It's whatever you want to do that makes you happy. But the biggest thing is, the most important is, that wire here has to go onto that prong. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So here's what we decided to do, which is the least intrusive and the easiest to do. You basically take that pigtail that we had here, you cut the wires. Again, this is not your bike, this is what is included with the relay. You cut that, and that way you have the proper plug for the relay. And all you're going to do now is take these wires, and you can do multiple things. You can wrap them, heat shrink them, wrap them electric tape, you can solder them, but nothing's permanent to damage this or hurt it to where you can always just stuff them back in there if you wanted to. So basically, again, the most important thing, this black wire must go to the box shaped connector. It does not work the other way. So make sure you put the black wire on the box shaped connector, and then the gray wire goes on the flat connector. So again, you wrap them around these things, you put a heat shrink on it, electric tape, done. Then when you're going to have leftover is that, plugs right into your relay, tape it to the little boot, and you are good to go. Remember, this stuff's all tucked up underneath it, you're not going to see anything, and at the end of the day, all you're doing is adding a relay so that your signals blink correctly. And here's what it looks like when you're done. Again, nothing major damage, no hurting anything. All you're doing is popping them out. We wired them, wrapped them really good, heat shrinked them to keep them nice and solid, and that's it. Now you plug in your harness, or your relay, into the harness, and that's it. Nice, clean. Tape it up against there. Take this little boot, if you could find somewhere to zip tie it up, either way. But simple concept. Slide the boot back down over the plug and tape it all up, and you're rocking and rolling. LEDs front, LEDs rear, all four. Constant blinking.